try to run some of this rock down in here and see if we can't get it to hold up underneath us. I think we'll be okay once we get started. Tell you what, that road is falling in on me right there. That's where this bank is. We'll have to try to get out there on it somehow. See if I can get over here like this, maybe. Get something solid. Oh yeah, now we can get out there now. Believe I can make it right out there. Give me something to work on. Let it chase that water back away from me. I think it'll be just fine. The material's a little bit wet today, which that's to be expected with the conditions we've had in the last week. So, because this stuff here has got a lot of clay mixed in it, where they just blast it and send it, you know. But most of the time it does really well, just because it lets you bond all the big stuff together. Because if you just had all the big stuff with no minus, it wants to roll a lot, and it takes a long time for it to really set in there to where you need it. I think this is going to be fine though, once we get going here. Oh yeah. Just about like that, and then I'll let him blade it down so that he doesn't have to deal with those boulders. I always kind of take those and put them on the bottom if at all possible. That kind of helps with all that water. That is a lot of water. Let's see what he can do with that. And I'm going to slide back over here and try to go out here on the road and dig some back from inside the road, if I can get over there. Break this back. Condense this pile over maybe. Quite a bit of undercut material up the road here. I'm going to try to condense that into a couple piles rather than a windrow. I just kind of windrowed it up. We've already got more delivery coming. I kind of just windrowed it up so that we could keep up with the trucks as they's coming, but blocks all the water on this side. So I need to actually kind of make it in piles. It'll be easier to load out anyway. Looks like they're going to come pretty quick with the loads today. That's good. Got one of our dozers down over there, the one that's sitting over there. It's got an injector down, and tried to get one ordered, and at first they said there wasn't one in the whole entire country. Isn't that funny? And they said it had to come from overseas, but then they got to looking and actually found this one. The guys here at the Caterpillar here where we're at are awesome, and they found this one somewhere in stock somewhere at some dealership, or they might even be out today to replace that. So we usually push the big stuff out with the other dozer instead of the little one here. It's usually just our finished grade dozer. Let's see how bad he mashes this right here. Of course, I'll stop him before he gets to a bad position there. Let's see here. Maybe you can see him from your angle. I guess he's going to push center out right there, I guess. That's good. So far, it's not mashing. Good news, finally, for a change. If it wasn't bad news, I'd probably be worried. Shit. There's the other one right behind him. I knew he'd be right there at him. Should make up a little more time on this next one here, and I should be a little bit further along. Eventually, I can get caught up where I'm kind of waiting on them at that point. That way, I've got a little bit more time to prepare. Seems to be pretty hard so far. Back. Try to keep up how many loads we had today. That makes 4. Just to see what we got going on. How many tons and loads, how far we get. So far, so good on the road, mashing through there. It looks like it's doing all right. Kind of want to keep that big stuff like that on the bottom, kind of set them in there in place like that, and then it gives you something to work off of. Eventually, when the road is all built, it'll seal all that off, you know. Hopefully. But you just a foot at a time, just keep building it up. Already getting a little warm in here. Let's see if we can get him to push that over here to me now. Boy, it sure will be nice when I can just work with dirt on dry ground. I'd probably pass out if I had something good to work with. Reinforcements coming there, looks like. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's going to combine this mud over here. He always waits for me to tell him to push that because I always tell him not to push it. That's Tucker, and the dozer, he just started with us, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, and he had zero experience, and he is doing really, really well. He's picking it up really quick. He's been a really good asset to us. The guy over here in the other track hose, my dad, he doesn't usually run track hose, but like I say, we're trying to play catch up today. All in all, we got a good little crew and good little system going. So we'll just mash those rocks in on the side. That won't be no big deal. Hope that hardens up right there. It's where I've been traveling on the side of here. That's why I don't want to work on the side. What it does is it takes and pushes this bank down into that, which, I mean, 3 feet over here on the side is not even a road bed, so it's for utilities. But still, I don't like that. But let's see. I'm gonna try to get out in the road now, if it's even possible. See if it'll hold me up. It'll sure be a lot easier on me if I can. I don't know, maybe. We'll see real quick right here. Pretty soft. If we get in line with it here, we'll be able to tell real quick how long we'll be able to sit here. Kind of eyeball myself up here. It's a whole lot easier to dig it out from right here, and I can just rake the rocks right down in there if the road will let me sit here. Usually I build mud mats for if I'm dealing with something like real bad and swampy. We don't have a set right now, and it takes me a few days to build them. There's nobody really local around here that builds those. There is in other places. I know people sometimes buy them from here and there. We don't really have anyone that does. We just always make our own. It's just some 8x8 white oak that we, I think they're 12 feet long. We bolt them together with threaded rod, like 1-inch threaded rod. And it makes like these mats that the track hoe can sit on, and it lowers the ground pressure of it and allows the machine to sit on stuff that it usually wouldn't sit on. I've used them for many jobs over the years. Sure do come in handy for places that you think you can't usually get to. Let's see how bad we're sinking up here. Oh, not too bad. I think it'll be all right. It'd be terrible to bury your track hoe in the road you're building. We'll finish cutting this little section out and wait for some more rock. Getting this another delivery here. This makes number 5 so far today. Be great if he could get back here pretty far. So far, so good. Looks good. I always kind of watch out for him. I don't want him to get into a situation here. That's probably far enough. That looks good. It didn't mash at all, so we're getting somewhere. You can watch this stuff roll out here. It'll probably splash water right up on me, I bet, if I had to bet. I'm gonna rake this down into this little section here. It'll push it. I've got a little cavity over here to the right. It'll push that water off to the right. Then I'll undercut what I'm sitting on here. That looks like really good material there. Really good material for what I'm needing. So I want these right here on the bottom, just like that. Just like that. Eventually we'll work this water out of it, and then we won't be dealing with a pond of water running back on us. It just takes a while before you can get it off of you from where it stores it up at the end of where my last cut was. And then, like I say, we had a week of, we didn't do anything last week because we had rain every single day. There's our next one. Let's see if I can't get him back just a little bit further. I'll break this down here so I can get him back as far as we can. That's number 6. to kind of stay on top of it, because what happens is with them coming 2 at a time, and especially if you get 3 at a time, they'll start dumping back, and it'll be so far back that I can't really sift through them, the piles. You know, most people just start pushing that stuff with the dozer and stuff like that. Normally do with the other one. I just don't want to get into too much rough stuff with my grain dozer until our other one's fixed. Oh, crap. So now I'm going to take and undercut this little area right here so I can get that stuff to come on back now. I had left that built up so that the water wasn't running back on me. It just makes it so much easier to not have to fight that soupy mud. Because see, I can see exactly where I need to be down to when it's like this. Because see where I just cut that, see that water running back on me? Now I have to make sure I'm down to where I want to be at before the water mixes with it. It just makes it so much harder to deal with. And I'm sitting down in a 5 to 7 foot cut at this point, so it's not my favorite thing. Cut that, see, let that water roll in over on that low side over there. I went ahead and whenever I undercut this section right here, I went ahead and cut it down to, except for that little edge right there, I went ahead and cut this down to something hard where I need to be at. That'll allow that water to go down in there, which will be just fine. Just like that right there. That way, I'm not fighting it, and I'm working around the water. Probably more ideal for me to use the other track hole I've got over there is a limited swing tail, so I can get in tighter spots without hitting the counterweight into stuff. It's probably more ideal if I use that over here, and I may have to switch to it since I'm working in such a confined space right now at this point. I just make sure that I always watch what I'm doing and don't get the rear end into the banks. That's about what we're looking for right there. See if I can ease up just a little bit. Get some of these boulders down in here now. We're at the point now that we could probably take 3 trucks on. I think the other one might be joining us maybe after lunch, I think. track that in. Want that counterweight to get into that. We're good. You can see over here how much of a cut we got, which you can't tell with the water right now, but that's about, it's about 7 feet. Just about like, it's just like what the geo report said that those guys did when they did all the test digs before we started the project. You know, we have to have all that information when we're bidding stuff like this out, which they did not expect to have to do this. They thought we could stop at about 18 inches down and use that level, but it just is not going to hold up underneath this stuff. So we're having to take it way down. Yeah, buddy. Well, anyways, not much to see right here. I'll just kind of come back in when we're kind of doing something a little bit different. You guys get the gist of it. Doing a little bit more undercutting here. I'm getting, there's about that much of real soupy stuff. It gets down to something kind of hard I can sit on, and then the actual level I need to dig down to is about a foot lower than that. So I just kind of pre-dig it down to that, and that way I can move around a little bit better. And I've got Dad over here. He's kind of relieving some of the mud off of me, so we have just a little bit more room for stuff. It's getting pretty soft right here. I'll just be honest with you. Not down there, but right here where I'm sitting. Trucks have been kind of coming pretty slow, so I wish they would kind of bounce it up a little bit, but we'll take what we can get. I don't even want to get down in this crap, but got any choice? Once you disturb it, it's on, man. It's going to do its thing. So it is going to do its thing. I guess I'll see if I can get down in here. As bad as I hate to, it boxes you in because we're so below grade right here. It's I don't have a whole lot of room to maneuver and swing around, and it's kind of on a tilt like this. I don't really want to slide off down into the lower part there where I'm letting the water run off, but see if I can't dig this out a little bit flatter here for me to sit down on. That's actually where I need to be down to anyways. They should be in with another truck any minute. don't really want to open up any more ground than what I've got opened up right now, just in case something happens, because anything we leave open fills up with water. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and not be able to fill it in. Worst case scenario, if something happened, I could go out through that side, through the rock. I think I'll open this up and let that water relieve itself off my cutout part. Now, I've splashed some mud up on my window. I'm not very happy about that. It happens. Let that water kind of run down in here and away from me for a minute. Much better. Yeah, there's some more rock right there. Good. Pretty solid. Go up here and beep him when to stop. That's solid all the way to the end. That's good news. This is the most I've ever had to undercut a road. It's really taken a lot of rock to get this little crossing section right here done. Should be able to just rake this right down in here. And the next one should be right behind him, hopefully. He can dump his right in here. Yep, there he is. I see him coming in.